Oh,
Excellent.
Very cool.
I put this on so that I have a recording of the sessions, and it goes up on YouTube so that you guys can also get it, just because that way I don't have to take meticulous notes and send them to people.
And
I
we can
dig it.
roll in the
I'm-
money from the subscriber counts.
Oh, yeah!
Incredibly fine with this.
We actually do have a decent amount of viewers on our the first episode for the Tier C channel. So
That might
that's
just
actually...
be me like 20 times, though. Just FYI.
You listen to the whole thing through every time?
I do it. I did it a lot, both because I would leave and come back.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I
Now-
do listen to them all the way through after each one, just to refresh my memory.
Now,
Dedicate.
we had a problem with my character sheet last time because the site
Yes.
wasn't working.
I have a character sheet for you that I custom made. I have to give it to you in two ones, because one of them is form fillable and one of them isn't, and I can't merge them or it becomes not form fillable at all. So there's a front page and a second page that I will give you.
Sounds good to me.
But I can't give it to you yet because there's a spoiler on it.
Okay.
I will give it to you.
Don't need a character sheet. Character sheets are overrated.
I can pull it up myself and keep track of your stuff until you have it.
Okay. I like the sound of that. I will lean on you for I think I have +2 in luck, +2 in charm. Do I have +1 in something?
You have, give me a sec to just pull up your back page. You have +2 charm, +0 cunning, finesse, luck. Luck you have a +2 in.
So
yeah, you have
+1.
a +2 in charm and luck, and a +0 in everything else, I think.
Okay, makes sense. I figured it was either that or that and a +1 of something, or just that. So, perfecto.
All right. So I will start out by just reminding you of what happened last session, because it's been a while.
It's been a minute.
In Slyreach, you met up with... I have the names somewhere. Might be in... Yeah, you met up with Keely Goodberry, who is one of Luke's old friends. They are a capable spy. They are the head of the Woodland cell in Slyreach. And they had asked you for basically some help in stealing the weapons. Or it was the other way around. Luke said, hey, can you help us steal weapons and pass them off to the Woodland Alliance? Vol sent a message to the Riverfolk. They forged some documents to get the Windfall family out of trouble in Relicwood. You learned that there were a set of serial murders going off in broad daylight, which is unexpected, and they still have no...
well, that's the best time for serial
hints.
murders.
Yeah, really, for sure. Then, at midnight, before you went to bed, preparing for the next day, preparing for this big heist on the Marcus 8, once again, you were going to steal many weapons from them, pass them on to the Woodland Alliance, become heroes in your own right, once again. Now, at midnight, however, something very unexpected happened. There were 4 huge explosions heard across the woodland. You could see them out of the attic window. There were huge plumes of dust and smoke that seemed to rise from the isolated clearings past even the tree line. The most directly viewable of which is the clearing just across the river, Northtown. You can't see anything going on from this bank. The fog from the late night, early morning, and the smoke from whatever happened has obscured it far too much for any sort of visual scouting. As far as you can tell from this distance, at least. We will pick back up in a second. You hear screams, and you hear, not screams in terms of like, I'm on fire. It's like, what was that? And you can hear guards running around outside trying to figure out what happened and trying to get people to go back into their homes until the situation is under control. What do you do?
We've all reconvened, right?
Yes, you are all in the same room.
Also, I'm just finishing up an email, so just I'm listening, but I'm not gonna participate till I'm.
I have to go get my rice is cooking at the moment. Sean, you might have to carry hard for the next little bit.
Oh boy.
But
Listen, it's okay. The DMs will keep this under control.
Well,
Ooh,
I'll just throw this out there. When in doubt, run away.
From where to though?
You never
Have
know.
the.
You never know who's out there and wants your shit.
Did you plant some bombs while I was?
No.
I mean, you're kind of the one who's got the context with the resistance cells. I mean, this is kind of a resistance thing, a organized
Resistance.
The Woodland. Well, would you not? What do you find terrorists? Sorry, I forgot. I thought the politically.
No, I would not call blowing up half the Woodland resistance.
Well, you don't know what. Well, it's not like they blew up the entire clearing. We don't know what they blew up in each clearing.
I will
That's
say,
a pretty
because you
big
guys
explosion.
are skilled at woodland navigation, you guys know your stuff. You would be able to, from your best guess and sort of following compass directions and slightly some natural instincts, you can tell that the other clearings from the plumes of smoke are Rooston, Relicwood, and Heartwood.
Yeah.
Pull my map up.
And Northtown, right?
Northtown, yeah. Northtown's the obvious, though. It's like right across the river.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, as far as I was aware, there weren't any Woodland Alliance cells up there. Even if they would do something, which they wouldn't.
Would do something like this, you mean, or just would do anything at all? Because you're making it sound like they would. They're not going to ever do anything. Phrasing it. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting off track. No, never mind. That was unconstructive of me. I don't know. Do we have any contacts here? We're sleeping in a Woodland Alliance place. Could we ask them if they know anything?
Well, I mean, I suppose we could, but I don't. But best get back there anyways. They might know. Eek.
You know what? As you say that, Keely comes into the room and goes, "I need you to promise me whatever just happened wasn't you guys."
It was not us.
Definitely not.
It wasn't us, right?
No. Wait, I'm going to say there wasn't a bunch of real quick. There was not a bunch of sale shops in each one of those clearings, was there? I look at Paco real quick.
No, it wasn't me. I promise.
I will say you guys haven't been to two of the clearings that were hit.
We haven't been to three of the clearings.
Three of them. Oh man, my math's off.
We haven't been to three, or we have been to three?
The only one you've been to that got hit was Reliquwood.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, no. To be fair, I just thought maybe we've all got connections. For all I know, this could. I mean, they're all near. I mean, these are all near water, right?
They're all within one movement from water, so that could be part of it. Heartwood isn't directly connected to the river, but it is close enough that they're one path away, basically.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So no, this wasn't us. We had nothing to do with this.
Okay, because I got a frantic message from the Alliance cell in Reliquwood that just said ground shaking, and then all communication was cut off. The message didn't fully get through.
Was Reliquwood where we led the moles to revolt?
That was Ember Hill.
Yeah, that was Ember Hill. I was going to say this does sound like a mole thing now. I mean, the one we've been to did have a mine, a very famous mine, so we definitely know that they were digging there. I
would say you would know Heartwood is not famous for any kind of mining. It's famous for very high quality wood that you can't really get anywhere else in the woodland. Northtown is sort of it's kind of a backwatery. town. It's very close to the Erie capital, which would normally afford it some creature comforts, but the paths to Rooston flood every year in the winter, so it gets cut off enough that the Erie don't really bother with it. What's weird is that Rooston would not be hit by anything. It's basically just a bureaucratic city. It does almost no production in terms of goods.
There's not strategic value to it.
No, it's cultural value.
Well, can you really call bureaucracy cultural?
For the Erie, you can.
That's a fair point. Touche.
It's in their blood.
Touche.
Listen, whatever happened is bad. I've never had, even under Mark 8 attack, I've never had a message sent out half finished.
Should we? Now, I'm going to say this against my better judgment, but should we investigate? I'm inclined to say no, we shouldn't, and leave.
Can I borrow a spyglass?
Yes, they
right.
hand you a spyglass.
I just want to have a look over at Northtown, see if I can see if any of the smoke's
I
cleared
would
yet.
like you to read a tense situation.
Yeah.
And let me pull up what that means. I know it's this that I want you to do. I just don't remember exactly what.
Which one is it? Is it cunning, finesse?
It is travel moves, character creation, weapon moves.
Like cunning.
It is cunning.
Oops. That's a failure.
That's a 6? Or lower?
6 -1.
Okay. Yeah, no, you can't see anything. You think for a second you see like a flash, maybe, of something, but it's too smoky and dusty for you to really get any good look at anything. You can't even see buildings on the river side. Like, you can see a dock network to let ships dock, and you don't see anything past that. Like, you can't see the edge of the clearing at all.
Either of you two see something? I can't tell if there's any movement over
Can
there.
I see something, Max? Or can I roll to see something?
Can you read a tense situation?
I'll read a tense situation. And that's just a raw roll, right?
That's plus cunning.
I don't. So yeah, nothing for me. And I rolled a 6.
You rolled a 6. Okay. Yeah, same thing. You can't really see anything. It's just kind of smoky. I will say, because both of you rolled a 6, I will give you one thing. You see many riverfolk boats moving from that clearing towards Sly Reach. Like, it looks like the entire, because the dock is empty, it looks like every riverfolk that was docked there, which you would know has a trade post, so there's a lot, are moving to Sly Reach now.
That doesn't seem like it's something that would be common, like all the river folk just upping and like fleeting over somewhere.
That's
an explosion that size.
Vol would know.
Vol.
Take a look.
Yes, yeah, okay.
Yeah, do you see that huge fleet of riverfolk ship? Is that normal? That doesn't seem normal. I've never seen that many heading in the same direction before.
No, that is not normal, especially at night, given that mainly merchant ships make up the flotilla, so they tend to operate independently, unless they need an escort of some kind. So all of them moving in a coordinated action to one place that's right across the river in the middle of night is definitely a signal that something is wrong.
There's 3 things that could be, I will in fact tell you, with varying levels of possibility. Either the flotilla is mobilizing to attack the clearing, the flotilla is mobilizing to build a trading post, although that would have plenty of documentation beforehand and everyone would know they were coming, and normally that would be during the day, so unlikely, or they're running.
Should we go meet them?
They're coming to us.
Yeah, fair enough.
You should move down to the docks at very least. Can you, Vol, you've got pretty good eyes. Can you see over there at all?
Into like the docks here, or the docks all the way on the other
Into
side?
Northtown in general. Just can you see anything? I pass you the spyglass.
Sure. Do you want me to do a read of 10
Yeah,
situation as well?
give me a read of 10 situation. I'll give you a +1 considering both of them did it.
Kind of nice.
Sorry, it's been a while. It's just roll 2, right?
Yeah, roll 2d6. Add whatever your cunning is. And +1.
Okay, so that's gonna be a 10.
Okay,
Nice.
ask me 3 questions.
What does the movement look like over there? Do I see like is there like a frantic like runabout melee kind of with people getting slaughtered and like stuff like that, or is it more just like everybody's running for the boats specifically, and there doesn't seem to be anything else coming out? Is there a bunch of fat moles running around that are just slothing along the ground? What's going on?
Okay. Here's what I will give you. You can't see individual people. The smoke is too thick for that. But you can see shadows. You can see lots of shadows. Like more than I'm trying to word this in a way that is good. You see more shadows than would normally be seen. It's not an evacuation, is the way I would put it. They're moving in sync like a militia would, and they are combing through. You can't really see buildings right now, but you can assume that that is the town that they are moving through.
Okay. Given that I'm very experienced with the Riverfolk Company, can I kind of look at the flotilla and get some clues onto their intention in the sense that, like,
Absolutely.
yeah, it's a bunch of warships. Do
Um,
they look like they were done hastily in an emergency? I'm assuming they're an evacuation. Is what I'm kind of going with my
so
bias.
every Riverfolk merchant is a mercenary. Almost every. There are a couple of exceptions, but generally the basic contract is you're also a mercenary. So any merchant ship can double as a mercenary ship, but because of like nautical code, you have to mention to other Riverfolk flotilla that you are a mercenary right now so that they don't get in your way, basically. None of them are flying the mercenary flag right now, and you can see a couple of boats have been badly damaged by some sort of debris.
Okay. It definitely doesn't look like an attack. And finally, can I kind of see what the origin of the blast was? Like, was it centered on a building? Does it seem to be coming from a certain part of town?
Yeah, you can. The origin of so you're using experience that you gained through the woodland. You like as a vagabond, you have to be sort of a what is it called? Jack of all trades, master of none kind of person.
Mhm.
So you know a bit about explosives, and the way that the smoke is pouring outwards, you can tell that whatever happened, it was from the center of town.
Okay. Well, looks like a lot of the people on the ships are fleeing, seem to be scared or damaged. And I'm making out what seems to be formation marching instead of just random running and screaming on the other side. There's plenty of running and screaming, don't get me wrong, but there's also a lot of you can make out shapes, which definitely means somebody's been trained. And I think in the center was just, let me see here, Northtown. Yeah, just might have been in the middle of the town square. I don't think there's anything specific about where they were aiming, whoever did this attack. Um, yeah, that's about what I can say. I hand the spyglass back over.
Uh, I'm not sure what this could be. If it were any other clearing, I would say it was a Marcusade attack, but Northtown's pretty loyal. Like they see Northtown, we've actually had trouble expanding into because they were hit real hard by just constant wars between the Erie and the Marcusade, and the recent general in charge was really committed to getting food to the people, and people with full stomachs don't tend to rebel, if you catch what I'm saying. So something big is happening there. And I'm gonna go see if I can get any of my Alliance contacts to reach out. I'm gonna see whether I can find anything out, and they will leave the room and head to an adjacent one.
Well, we're probably going to want to question some of these Riverfolk company people once they get here.
Yeah, head down to the docks.
Yeah, I agree. Let's go there.
Yeah.
I will say, so Paco, Luke, or Vol, you two head down. Before you leave, Luke, Keely grabs your arm and goes, "This could be our best chance to get those weapons out of the Marcus 8 mansion. I know it's going to be hard to ask you to just not investigate, to leave whoever's in Northtown to whatever fate that has befallen them, but this might be our best chance to get those weapons."
Surely security would have doubled right now. How is that the best time?
Everyone's focusing on what happened to Northtown. People aren't really keeping security.
I
in their
disagree. I
mind.
think security would be more tight than ever if there's a catastrophe like that just happened. There'd be guards doubled all over the place.
Paco yells back, "Yeah, just like there were more guards in every other town we burned."
Yeah, who are you to tell this?
Get your fucking head out of your ass, you fucking hoser. What do you think?
Yeah.
Oh, there will be more guards because there's more fire. What fucking are you on?
All-
You spend
listen,
any
What do
time
I
in
mean?
this-
That's
you spend
logical.
any time in this
No.
Woodland?
Vol's gonna run back and he's gonna be like, "Who the fuck do you think you are telling my friend Luke?" It's like you got some kind of divine inspiration and controlled by somebody who knows everything about what's going on in this current world. You don't know shit for
All I'm saying is that, listen,
Vol
you
runs away.
do have more experience than I do, but in this sort of vagabond world, all I'm saying is that when two carts crash into each other on the street, everyone's looking at that and not at the back streets.
Well, I'm going to go down to the docks first. I doubt there's much I can do about an entire town burning anyways, but I do want to know what happened, but I will keep that in mind.
Excellent. That's me. That's not Keely. Keely didn't go excellent.
It's a strange expression.
Yeah,
we go
okay.
to the docks.
So as you head out, guards are running back and forth. They're trying to get people to go back to their houses. It's not working because they're not using force. They're just going like, "Please stay inside." Everyone's making their way down to the river to see why the river folk are coming in. Lots of Marcus 8 guards are sort of on edge, but they're not really focusing on who you are.
Good for
That's
me.
nice. Have any of the ships come in yet?
Yeah, the first ship has arrived. There are a number of riverfolk people like letting them in. Specifically, let me pull up the name. Winthrop, Ogleby Winthrop, who Vol knows, is currently sort of head of operations in this clearing and is making space on the docks to let these barges in, or at least to sort of ford them together so that they like link up in a Jenga pile.
Was he already here, or was he one of the refugees?
He was already here.
Okay, well, fuck him then.
What you can see is from the first ship that's arrived, there's some riverfolk coming off, and also there are some denizens who seem to be injured. It doesn't seem to be from this distance, at least. It seems to be mostly bruises, some cuts, but not like stabbed.
Interesting. Well, let's go talk to some of them.
Okay.
Is there any that Vol recognizes?
It's the main
Actually,
guy, apparently.
Are there any that Vol does recognize? Are there any people from Northtown that you recognize? If not, that's okay. I can come up with someone.
Oh, if you're giving me a blank check, there's hold on one second.
Checks notes.
There's a guy who owes me $1 million.
Yes, exactly. I have somebody for this or not for this, but there's fuck, what was her name?
Oh, you're gonna have B be one of the people here?
No.
Oh,
I'm just gonna have Dolly Polywhack, a pink toad, that was a coworker from my old days. She was a bodyguard, and a from a wealthy family, who struck out on her own, and her full name is Dolly Knick-Knack Polywhack, and she's very adept with a spear. She's a pink rainforest frog.
okay. Let me just write that down.
She kicked the shit out of this guy named Atham once upon a time.
That's pretty cool.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so you recognize her, and you're not technically working for the Riverfolk, like you sort of are, like we said, so you have clearance to go up even during this sort of time, and you take them along as, like, consultants, basically. So you go up and you see Dolly there, and she's clutching the side of her head. There's, like, a large bruise. She's got a bag of cold water, because there's no refrigeration. The best they can do is get a bag of water from the river and, like, hold it up to the head.
Vol's gonna. Oh, go ahead.
Nothing.
She goes, Vol, is that you?
Vol's gonna put on a pair of glasses and put a toothpick in his mouth, and he's gonna be like, "Well, you look like shit, Dolly. What happened
Can I
to
ask
you,
a
huh?"
question? Does he put that hat? Does he put those sunglasses and toothpick on, like, in front of her?
Yes,
Okay.
100%. He was expecting. He was doing it as he was walking up and didn't think she would notice him that fast, and then she did, and it was too late to stop, so he did it anyway.
The momentum carried the hat and the sunglasses on.
Yes, exactly. You look like shit, partner.
She kind of laughs at this and goes, "Well, you should see the other guy. Oof, ow. I don't know exactly what happened. I'm assuming that's what you're here to ask, but I can give you the best account that I can."
I could tell I'm not going to ask for your advice on interior decorating. Your apartment always looked like shit.
That's a very rude thing to say to someone.
Listen, this is how it is in the security business. You give each other shit,
Yeah.
and then you.
I
at
just
least-
don't understand. This
At least
is
I
normal.
had enough money that I was able to live somewhere and wasn't in debt to a bunch of assholes. And, like, some of the riverfolk look over at her and are like, "Really? Really?"
Vol's gonna chuckle and same old Dolly, and then he's gonna predator handshake.
Yeah. She grabs back and she does the handshake. So, sorry, got a killer headache.
Yeah,
I
no
think
pleasantries.
I think I took a rock to the head. Like, one of the buildings in the middle of town, and the fountain just exploded, and there was a lot of screaming. Some people in armor. I didn't get a really good look. It was so fast, and the riverfolk were calling for anyone who could make it to the dock to evacuate. Yeah, I was lucky. I was closer to the docks than the center of town, but most of the city's above the center. Most of the clearings stuck there.
Huh. And you didn't? Did you hear them? Did you have anything about the people who did this? Like, did they mention anything about forums, or did they mention anything about a special power? So I don't know. Were they yelling anything? Were they saying anything? Did they look like a certain species specifically altogether?
I would like you to roll with charm. It's a persuade an NPC, but it's more a sort of you trying to tease out her memory.
All right. The fuck. There it is. All right. Well, fuck. I got a 6, guys. Does anybody want to help me out here?
I'll help him out.
I don't know. Maybe that was a little metagamey. I'm sorry. No, don't let me say that. Nobody was saying that originally. I'm gonna say
No, you can help out after the
no.
roll.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
no, you can.
I'll help him
Yeah.
out.
Okay. I will say before you help Paco, I do have to remind you, you are out 2 out of 4 exhaustion.
Oh, Luke, maybe you want to
Yeah,
help him out.
I'll help. Sure. All right.
Listen, you just have to backstab someone. Could be the party, and then you'd get your exhaustion back.
Is that what I have to do? I thought it was.
What do I roll for help again?
You don't roll for help. You take an exhaustion and you
Just add
plus one, and you can take a
Okay.
second to conceal your aid. Though I don't know why you would in this situation.
Yeah, no, I'll
Yeah.
I'll just walk up and
Yeah, Paco, just put on some sunglasses and stab me in the back, and it will be just considered some friendly joshing.
It's
I do that.
no, it has to be like legitimately a backstab.
That is a legitimate backstab. He puts a knife
Clear
in.
your exhaustion
You asshole.
track when you attempt to double cross, triple cross, or betray a powerful or dangerous NPC.
It's just NPCs.
Powerful and
NPCs,
dangerous.
dang.
Oh, damn.
I would count the party as a whole if you double cross them, because I like that.
I don't know
Got
how.
the triple cross.
Yeah, you could then triple cross that, because like, ooh.
Oh shit, that would be pretty spicy. What's my other one? What's the other one I have?
The other one, well, you can switch them at the end of the session if you want, but the other one possible is clear your exhaustion track when you carry valuable goods or treasure past danger, difficulty, or blockades.
Okay, that's doable.
Okay, so those
So,
aren't
yeah,
level
alright.
up; those are exhaustion clearing. Just to remind you, your level up are freedom and your ones are like free a group of denizens from oppression and illicitly score a significant prize or pull off an illegal caper against impressive odds. I will give you your sheet. I just can't yet.
Yeah, that's fine. I know. I'm okay with that. I'm happy to wait. Just so long as you like warn me if I do something that will kill me.
Yeah. I would. I obviously. So, with a 7, I will give you partial information. You can ask me about what creature they were, what kind of armor they were wearing, or what kind of banter they were like using.
I feel like creatures has got to be the one, right, guys? Like I feel like that's going to tell us the most.
Yeah,
unless they're
creatures,
a mixed one.
creatures and then banter and then armor.
You get
order.
one
Mhm.
out of those 3.
So creatures. I say creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see what kind of creatures are they.
Okay. I didn't get a good look, but there were lots of them. They were coming out in lines, like 5 at a time. They were kind of short. They were definitely furry.
Are they mice? Moles?
Just going up. I'm not aware of coming
Like
out of the
shorter than
ground, you
Luke?
said?
I don't know if it was the ground. It was just sort of out of the commotion, out of the smoke.
Well, they just sort of appear. That probably means out of the ground.
Well,
So I
if
think
the center
our
of
bet's
town
about the
fountain
duchy.
exploded, that was probably them, right?
Probably. I
Blowing a hole
dislike
for them
the
to appear from.
existence of an empire that could just attack anywhere. It would blow up an entire clearing.
This doesn't necessarily seem like the mole people's MO. I mean, they didn't start with an
Well,
explosion
we didn't get much of a view on their MO last time.
You got a pretty good view. Their MO is generally they need to wait for approval, and once they have approval, they will come up from whatever entry point they've gotten approval to come up from, and they'll sort of just swarm the city or the clearing. So that's what you saw in Ember Hill, at least.
Mhm.
Whether that's always their MO, I'm not telling you.
So,
Because I hate you.
When you say short creatures, shorter than Luke?
No.
No. Same height? Taller?
A little bit taller. Shorter than you and Vol, though.
Could be like rats or something.
rats would be about your size. I don't know, actually. I don't know the...
Depends on the rat.
Yeah, it depends on the rat.
Hamsters.
Yeah, a bunch of hamsters attacked.
I've never heard of a hamster before.
No, don't worry. They're native to my homeland.
Ugh, now I have to write down that lore.
Yeah, write it down. Write it down.
Yeah.
Ah!
Um,
Hamsters are native. Do you have a name for your homeland?
Let me get back to you on that.
Paco's.
I'm just going to call it the Emerald Isles for now. That's
Okay.
like a colloquial name. That's not
That's
necessarily.
a good place. That's a good placeholder. I'll
Yeah.
I'll think of a traditional name.
That's the name the Woodland calls it, but it's not the actual name.
Yeah, we call it something.
It's like if you called all of Italy Venice.
Or if you called like Egypt Africa.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do some brainstorming.
All right. While you're doing that, what do you guys want to do about this situation that has occurred? Do you want to do some more information gathering? Do you want to make your way over? Do you want to say, fuck this, I'm going somewhere else?
Who? I'd be down to go check out the actual
I don't
town.
have to deal with this fucking racism, alright? Listen,
You've been like
I put up with it for long enough.
You've been the only one who's dealt with no racial comments this entire time. Paco has gotten the worst. I've gotten the second worst, and you've gotten like nothing for most of this. In fact, you've been kind of racist towards cats for the most part, so I don't even want to hear it, buddy.
Have I?
To be fair, cats did burn down his entire house and killed his definitely family. Not killed his definitely family. Definitely killed his family.
Yeah, don't you remember when when Paco wasn't there, and we were just walking down the street, and you like dragged that like merchant cat into the alleyway and then stabbed the shit out of him and called him a fancy feast fuck, and then murdered him and skinned his face off?
Okay,
I was like, that was a little bit
slander.
What the hell?
That's a little much, Luke. And I kind of let that go.
No, and you all had an intervention for me burning a guy's house down? Fuck you!
Yeah,
Luke, oh my god, you're an actual monster.
Yeah, to be honest, Paco, I was just a little scared. I didn't want to say anything.
I am so intimidated by that I am going to go and do a whole nother arson right now.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you're going to go do a line of coke.
I'm joking. I'm not going to do that.
you put away a torch.
Here. I got some horse tranks for you, Paco. You take those instead. That'll calm you.
Horse tranks. Is that what's going on here?
Actually, now that we're on the subject of race, maybe it's not appropriate for me to talk about these being called horse tranks.
I mean, they might still be. It's just horses are people.
I mean, equestrian. I think equestrian tranks might be the better term. Equine tranks. Sorry, equestrian's the sport. Oh god, that's even fun. I'm gonna get canceled for that.
I hate this so much.
I hate it too.
It's better than furry jokes. Now move on.
It is better than furry jokes. I am very happy that you have all had the restraint not to make furry jokes.
Yeah, that feels cheap these days.
Low-hanging fruit.
Like, oh, you can make a furry joke. Congratulations, you're not special.
Here, why don't we? I say, you know what? I say we get a little dinghy, and we just. I'm sick of this.
You have
Whatever's
a
going on.
boat.
Well, I mean, yeah, but that's a little conspicuous. I don't want to get fired on from the shore.
Okay, sure. Paco's boat definitely has because he's a pirate, it has a boarding dinghy, one of those ships that you take just like an away crew in.
Yeah.
So you can definitely take that. I will say, that kind of boat can't survive a trip down the river, but it can go across it.
Well, I was also told of another opportunity, my suggestion was going to be we wait for the smoke to clear, literally, before we head over. And in the meantime, I've been told that the Marcusate weapons are going to be a little bit less guarded at this time.
Well, what about the murderer?
And also, sorry?
What about the murderer?
I forget the actual details of the murderer, Max. I know they're around. Did we get any?
Only heard it in passing. But basically, what's happened is people are dying in broad daylight in the middle of populated areas, and no one knows what's going on exactly. There's no stab marks or anything.
This is in Slyreach, or
this is in Slyreach. People are just dying in the streets.
So the way I see it is, we either have the murder mystery, or we can sail over to the explosion mystery.
Oh well, there's another theft. I don't know. I'm kind of tired of theft. Kind of would do the murder mystery or the. I know.
Well, here's my 2 cents on that. If we are going where the weapons are kept, there might be records about the murders, or even reports on what happened.
There's probably things to steal.
Well, I was told it is a mansion.
I like this plan.
Not to use cheap tricks to get Paco on side.
I was going to say, you asshole, you knew that was going to make
was trying to keep it
I will
under
say,
wraps.
A town attacked by a mysterious force probably has lots of pillageables, too. And
but I do think we can...
You can probably steal from him.
I was also thinking that there might be some reports on the murderer at wherever the weapons are kept.
That's a good.
I might be wrong, but I would assume that
it's a good place to start.
With lack of any other options, and I don't think sailing right into a potential war zone without being able to even see it is a bad idea.
Yeah,
I can agree with that.
Me too.
All right.
Then let's do it. We have our plan of action.
All right.
Well, it's going to be a lot less planned because I think we have to go about this quickly.
That's the best kind of plan.
I really disagree. All right.
I'm very interested to see how you transport these weapons.
I assume the Woodland Alliance had some form of help.
I will remind you that the Woodland Alliance is not doing well in this clearing right now.
Mm.
What kind of weapons are we how much are we looking to grab here?
Don't know exactly. I assume probably as many as we want. Probably as much as we can carry. I think that's
Can we maybe get a cart or something and park it nearby?
That would be wise. I don't know where we would get one though. If either of you could, Vol, can you figure that out? You've got some ties with the merchants, right?
Can I roll for cart?
What skill is cart under? Is that finesse?
Just Just give me a 2d6 roll for cart.
I rolled an 8.
You know what? That's enough for a cart, but it's kind of a shitty one.
That's fine. It's a cart.
We just need a push cart or something, really.
Give it success.
Another arson.
Well, I could if you wanted me to. I'm just
no arson unless it's absolutely necessary.
What about the
just cart
go to? I'm just throwing it out there. We could burn the mansion.
Okay. Well, if we've got a cart, let's get on over there.
All right, let's go. This is a cool cart. It's actually pretty mediocre, but honestly.
Okay.
Seems solid.
Just give me a quick moment to find what I am looking for. Okay, perfect. So, you make your way through the streets away from the river. Most of the guards are sort of heading over there to try and deal with the situation with the river folk. Most of the clearing doesn't know the river folk aren't actually attacking yet, so they're still under the impression, at least over here, that something bad is happening. And the river folk are just showing up and they might be attacking, and then guards there are occupied with helping refugees and looking across the lake with spyglasses to try and discern what's happening. You make your way up the well-made cobble streets towards the manor of the clearing. It is... do you know... So, Erie mansions are very sort of Shakespearean Old English, whereas Mark's 8 mansions are a little bit later in style. They're like refurbished Tudor houses, basically. And they have your classic scale roofs. They have windows, though they aren't the stained glass sort of windows that Erie have. They're just plain ones. A wrought iron gate surrounds the mansion with a concrete or stone base of some kind, and 2 lamps. So the lamps in Marcus 8 clearings are powered by what are they called? Fireflies. They're just put in the lamp, basically, and then someone comes around every day and feeds them. So you can see under the gentle glow that the place has got like 2 guards at the door right now. There's not really patrols, at least externally. Everyone's probably, from your experience stealing, focused on the person in this manor or dealing with the stuff at the docks.
Right. Now, if you had to guess, I look over at Paco.
It's also 2 floors.
Yeah.
From the inside.
Which side do you think the weapons will be kept on so we can just put the cart there for a quick getaway?
Is that a roll kind of question? Or is that a
Yes.
just no?
Or I can ask myself that question. I've got some planning abilities.
You know what? I'm gonna say I will let you use Mastermind, but it will take in-game time currently. You will have to plan during this period of time. You can't, like, go back and say you planned it yesterday. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fine. It's going to be a pretty rough plan. Well, I guess I'll see what my role is. Right. Not bad, not bad. Is that? Is it cutting or finesse? Because that will really decide the.
It's a roguish feat, so it is.
That's why, yeah, I can't remember if it's cunning or finesse.
To roll with finesse.
Sweet 10.
Damn you! Now I have to go fucking look up what Mastermind does. Travelers Outsiders. Mastermind. Okay. While this is happening, okay, so you can hold. I'm going to give you, because it's sort of a slapdash plan, I'm going to give you 2 holds, and you can spend those at any time during your break-in to say that you planned for this and someone is going to be somewhere else, or you can position yourself or others in the scene however you'd want them.
All right.
While
Excellent.
Luke is formulating this plan and looking at guard patrols and sort of scouting out this area, Paco, with your excellent bird vision, so the smoke has started clearing a bit. And you notice a flag being raised in the other town, or in Northtown, on sort of a slapdash pole, and it looks like this.
Oh, damn. That looks slightly ominous. There's a flag over there. Sort of like a little
Hmm.
red and yellow checkerboard with some red star, squiggly star things on each of the yellow squares. Does that ring a bell to anyone?
Red
Don't think so.
checkerboard, red and yellow checkerboard with squiggles on the yellow.
Now that Paco has described it, I will place it in, I guess, notes for players is the best place to put it. So you can all see it, and it looks like this.
Cameron's googling it. I saw Google come up on his glasses. Cheating.
I don't have
Teacher.
Google open.
Teacher. You see his screen flashing.
No, that's not Google. That's my character sheet.
He's reverse image searching.
That's my character sheet.
Sure.
A likely story. A likely,
Likely
story.
I don't think.
Oh my God, Dorn's invading us, guys. Oh, I don't know if enough people remember what the thing looks like for Dorn from Game of Thrones, but it kind of looks like
Oh,
that.
it does kind of look like that.
Fascinated,
I
Yeah.
have no idea what you're talking about. So
Hold
I
on.
have.
Hold on.
Okay. Well, interesting. I don't see anything I immediately identify. Squiggle is. It's not any faction I know.
Shh. Keep quiet about it. Keep quiet about it.
Okay.
Keep quiet about it. So you can enter the manor now, if you'd like. What you have noticed while planning is there is a section of gate where the iron spikes have been bent backwards so that you can crawl over it pretty easily without having anything get caught or injured. And that's just like a free entryway.
Wait. All right.
All right.
Go. All right. What do we think? Top or first floor?
I think top floor is the play.
Sure, and work our way down. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Can you climb up there, Vol? I can, and obviously Paco can get up there. Are you?
I mean, yeah, I should be able to. I think, right or no?
All right. If not, we
Yeah,
just hoist you up by
probably.
rope.
You can probably make it over. You're pretty physically fit from
Yeah.
necessity. Unless it's like literally scaling a building, I'm not going to make you roll to climb. Or like scaling a building, treacherous terrain, but climbing over a fence is not like.
Oh no, I didn't
exertion.
mean climbing the building.
Oh, well, let me get to that first. I thought you were talking.
Oh, I thought we were already over the fence.
Yeah, you are over the fence. I was like, okay, you're just doing this in lore. So when you're on the lawn, it's a very well kept lawn. There's a sort of garden out front. You're behind a tree. The front guard the guards there are not paying very good attention. You can see off to the right is the gutter system for the roof. You also see a cellar door that is padlocked, and to the left is the entryway to the house. You cannot see what's in behind the house. You are pretty confident you can make it to the side of the house without arousing suspicion by just sort of crawling through the flowers and behind the trees. It's dark out. The front of the house would be a little bit trickier.
I think we get to the side and climb up. I think is the best, safest way in.
Okay.
Sounds
So
right.
you move to the side of the house. Oh, okay. I mean,
Is that
go ahead.
You guys concur?
Yeah, I was just concurring. Yeah, I think that sounds
okay.
fine.
Excellent. Then yes, continue, Max.
Okay, so you get up to the side of the house. You can see the gutter system is it's again an iron pole. Basically, it's bolted into the side of the wall. The walls are a brickwork layer upwards. The cellar door to your right now, with the padlock on it, you can see it's rusted. You could break it, but that might make noise. You could also try and pick it, but I don't know if any of you are skilled in lockpicking, so...
I was under the impression one of us was.
You might be, but it might be Paco.
Yes. Let me take a look. Aha! In fact, I do. Yes, I have
Oh.
pick lock roguish feet.
But you can see there's a window up near if you climb the pipe, there's like a window area that you could perhaps crawl into.
Well, I have literally no opinion on this. Either way, I'm getting in.
I think it comes down to if Vol.
I will explain a little better. So basically what there is there's the pipe, there's the gutter system along the roof, and next to the pipe is a window. It's closed, you don't know if it's locked or not. And then further along from the pipe is a balcony that you could definitely get onto and get inside from. But that is a longer climb.
Yeah.
Well, why don't I fly up to the window and check that out, see if I can get it open.
Sure.
And then we go in there, and if not, we go in the balcony.
Okay, Paco, you fly up to the window, and in the warm glow of the house, you see across from the window is a cat. They are not looking through the window, so you are safe there. I just have to see if I have a name for them.
Wait, no, you don't. We haven't met this cat yet. Cat's inside another room. I don't even know what their face looks like.
That's true. I forgot. I don't have to come up with a name yet. Excellent.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you. This cat is in fine clothing. They are looking out they're looking out the window towards the lake or the river, at the sort of smoke
Fire.
and chaos. So their back is to you, and there are a couple of armed guards in there whose back is also to you, and you can see the shoulders of two more armed guards who are guarding the front entryway to the office of that room, though there does seem to be a side door on the right. As you try the window, it makes a very slight squeaking sound that luckily no one notices at first, but you have not pulled the window open further than just a crack. It does not seem locked.
Yeah, okay. I gotta go back and report this to my two mates.
Okay.
And also, I suggest, my friends, that we go up the balcony instead.
I would say balcony or lockpick right now.
Yes. Why don't I go check the balcony and see if there's any guards there as well? And then I
Sure,
fly
give us a look up there.
and check the balcony.
So the balcony...
Go ahead, sorry.
It's a stone balcony. There's a glass door, basically. You can open it. There's no noise. It's been oiled recently. It's obviously used a lot. There's a set of iron chairs and an iron table there with a copy of the Woodland Whisker, and it's specifically the copy that names you as one of the most dangerous pirates of all time.
I grab that and I pocket it.
But you can see there is sort of a large... It's not a study. It's just sort of a room. It's what are they called? They're like tea rooms, basically.
Yeah, conservatories.
Yeah, there's a conservatory with its own desk in the corner, but mainly sort of a very fine table and some very expensive-looking chairs that are very heavy and going to make a lot of noise if you drag them across the floor to steal them.
I like how your first assumption was, oh man, he's gonna try and steal the chairs. That's his target, the chairs, not like anything literally.
Well, we've got a card, it's a fair assumption.
I literally went for the newspaper first.
Yeah, because it had your name on it.
Yeah, if one of those chairs had like
one of those chairs had Paco on it, you would be taking it.
I look over the edge and I wave at the other two to signal that everything is cool up here.
All right.
No reason to doubt him.
What are you going to do?
Is there any tea that I can pour?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I pour some tea.
Is he
It's
coming
like
back?
it's a little bit cold, but not cold enough that it's like bad.
Yeah, okay. I enjoy it.
It's like a very expensive brand too. You can tell this is clearly tea you use for guests, like important ones.
Ooh.
Do you hear slurping, Lou?
You guys can both see. I assume you sit in one of the fancy iron chairs on the balcony. You see Paco sitting there going,
Yeah,
Well, I guess it's safe to go up. Can you make it up there, Vol?
Yeah, I should be able to.
can I throw
All
a
right.
rope down for him or something?
"Do you have a rope?"
I have a rope. I'll do it when I get up there.
No, I don't think I have a rope.
I mean, I can climb, but I mean, if you guys want to make it easier for me, that's fine. I'm
Well,
not-
I
That was
assume you
what
didn't
I was
have the.
suggesting. Make your life a little
Yeah.
easier.
Yeah.
All right, good. As long as we're aware that I just want to make it known that in cases of emergency, I do have the ability to climb, but I do appreciate
Well, this
I'm not as
isn't an
athletic as you two.
emergency.
All right, Luke.
You
I
know
would
what I
like
mean.
you to roll.
I
me
do know what
the-
you mean. Yes.
Roll me the roguish feat for climbing, whatever that is. Give me a sec.
I
It
assume
is-
it's still finesse, right?
It is still finesse. It is acrobatics, which you
Yeah.
have, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, I do. I picked that up recently.
Specifically for things like this.
Specifically for things like this.
Acrobatic
That
things.
is a 9.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh.
I'll burn an exhaustion.
Yeah, burn an exhaustion for me, and then roll again. So you've made your way up the pole, and
that's
now you have
bullshit.
to make it across the roof to the balcony. I said it was a longer climb.
Fine. No need. 10.
Okay, yeah. You make it across pretty easily. You drop onto the balcony, and there don't seem to be any... The conservatory door is closed right now, but no one's in it, and there's no reason to guard the conservatory. People are focused on the Marquisate in charge of the clearing right now, and not much else.
I pour Luke a cup of tea.
Thank you. All right, I'll down it quickly as I'm watching Vol.
Throws it back.
Pretty much. Yeah. It's
Okay.
cold tea. It's just like
Yeah.
It is lukewarm.
Refreshing. God,
Lukewarm, made specifically for you.
I appreciate it.
Oh my god.
Are you going to be trusting fate on this, Sean?
I mean, climbing up a rope.
Climbing up a rope will not be trust fate, because climbing up a rope is climbing up a rope is setting up. You've set up something for your fellow vagabonds to go through. I feel like at that point,
Yeah.
it's different than just climbing unhelped, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like every kid in middle school in the '80s didn't need to trust fate when they were doing the freaking rope climb or whatever. Thankfully, we never have to do that.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that seems like a useful skill, and they really should. They should really keep.
I like
teaching
rope
it.
climb. It's fun.
Yeah.
I
never did it.
don't know if I ever did it.
So,
been on some
Vol, are you
climbing
going to
gyms.
have a drink of this person's expensive tea?
It's delicious
And nutritious.
and nutritious. I pour some for Vol as well. Oh, I pour some for Vol. Is he frozen?
Am I up or no? I didn't know if I was.
No,
up
you
or
are
not.
up.
Yeah, I think you're up.
They helped you up. So
Okay, all right, yeah. So I'll be like, okay. What kind of tea is it, Max? Specifically, is it black? Is it white? Is it green?
It's
No,
black tea.
no. Okay.
It's black tea.
Oh God, guys, we're gonna be up all night. I normally don't drink this after
it's
7.
it's
after
weaker
5.
than I guess. Well, I was about to say it's weaker than modern teas because it's an early history, but also you aren't as used to tea as modern people are. So
Yeah, I assumed it was basically herbal.
Yeah,
Can I roll a con saving throw to see if it affects my circadian rhythm?
roll might for me.
Oh God. Do you actually want me to roll mine? I was joking.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, thank God.
Ooh, make him commit.
So is that person like sleeping right inside the room while we're doing all this?
No, what it is so you've got like the room which the guards were guarding that everyone had their back to, the room the Marquisate was in, and then adjacent to that, not the room the Marcus 8 was in, adjacent to the room everyone was like looking away from that Paco saw into, is the conservatory room.
Okay.
So in this conservatory, there is a large map on one of the walls of the woodland. On the other wall is a map of Le Monde du Chat, which is the kingdom the Marcus 8 is originally from. It's very plain, is the best way to put it. Whereas an Erie would have all sorts of extravagant objects all over the place. This one has like a vase full of flowers, a couple of very nice writing instruments.
Paco takes them.
Okay.
Hmm.
And there's some documents on the desk, but it's not anything of import because this is a tea room where you'd greet guests. You wouldn't want them to know state secrets. So it's
Okay.
like personal letters that are like amusing and funny for nobles to hear.
Hmm. Right. Okay.
On the opposite end from the balcony is a closed door.
I'm gonna go have a little peek. Is there like a keyhole that I can look through?
Yeah, there's a keyhole.
All right, I'm gonna peek through that.
You see. So the insides of the room. So the conservatory room has sort of white walls. This wallpaper that's sort of a repeating flower motif, which you see in a lot of Victorian houses. But the hallway is a red wallpaper and an orange and red carpet so it's a red carpet with orange stars on it and 2 orange bars that go up the side. You don't see any guards immediately outside this room.
Okay.
But you know what you do here through the keyhole?
Sounds like there's nothing there. We should check something else out.
I think we want to go where there's nothing, at least at the moment.
I mean, I suppose if you
Can we look through the keyhole?
Again?
Well, I thought we couldn't see anything, but we could hear it. You said.
You could hear.
There was.
Oh!
Well, can you wait? Did you guys look through the keyhole?
I looked through the keyhole. There's no guards on the other side. There's no one there.
Okay. Well, I mean,
I don't see any other avenues of advancement.
I mean, well, yeah. I guess we'll just have to go in then.
I guess I'll take
As
point,
you
I
open the
suppose.
door, the formerly muffled voices are heard much clearer. Someone has to go get him help. What happened? You can see there's sort of like a corner and then the hallway, and that's where the guards would be. Peeking around the corner, you see the 2 that were guarding the room initially are running into the room where the Marcus 8 was standing.
Right. I don't know, was the tea poisoned? Does anyone feel funny?
I feel fine. I think.
I feel
Okay.
wonderful.
Well, hopefully that's an entirely unrelated incident.
Well, I
Okay.
mean, there was a bunch of explosions. I'm wondering if this doesn't seem related though. If it's just about one guy. So this is kind of a weird, eventful night, huh?
Yeah, a bit too
Yeah.
eventful for my taste. All
Unlikely.
right.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. You hear the voice of God.
Gosh.
Let's. Shall we follow them? Maybe poke our heads in, and see what's causing fuss. Go where there's smoke, there's fire, as they say.
Oh,
And when there's fire, there's looting.
maybe. I have sneak. Let me go and look.
Okay.
So you two see if you can find somewhere, some other, like, check these other rooms, see if there's anything else. All right, so I'm gonna sneak up, see if I can have a look.
Okay. Roll me the roguish feat.
Love to see it. 9 + 1.
Oh, excellent. You sneak your way up, and you see with some amount of horror, considering the actions you've taken recently. The Marquisate on their desk, face down like this, clutching their throat with foam coming out of their mouth.
Yeah, okay. My instincts were spot on. Granted, that was cold tea, so that probably... Do I see anything in the room that they might have eaten or drinking recently?
No.
If Falco fucking gets us killed because of this fucking tea fascination, I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna be so mad. Alright, well, if they couldn't get an answer, there's fucking no hope for us, so I'm just gonna cross my fucking paws and hope. In fact, yeah, no, Luke's gonna head back to the balcony and just make himself puke. Finger down throat for the uvula.
I got a thing for that.
I would like you to roll me luck.
8. Do I have any bonuses to luck? Got 1, 9.
Can I
Okay.
help him? Can I help him?
Can you help him puke?
Yeah. I imagine this is an area of subject that Paco has an amount of experience in.
I don't know. Give me something foul tasting.
I'm sure this is
Paco's
just a Tuesday for
whispering.
Paco's
I
liver.
guess, yes, you can. But you're going to have to mark exhaustion to do it.
Just pat him on his back.
Alright, well, fuck that. No, you can vomit yourself. I'm not helping. I'm not marking exhaustion to help you vomit. Fuck that.
Hey, I got a partial success. I'll be fine.
No, you didn't.
What?
Look and trust
wait.
fate.
I guess.
Here's the
I
thing.
didn't know I was trusting fate by trying to just throw up.
Well, you're just throwing up. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
You successfully throw up. Congratulations.
Okay. Yay,
You
not
also
gonna die of
successfully
poison.
make a noise while throwing up.
Okay, fair enough.
And guards are moving. You can hear steps moving towards the conservatory.
All right. Hide it is. I'm gonna go and hang
will
from the
remind
bottom of
you.
the balcony.
I will remind you, you do have 2 holds from Mastermind.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Paco
Yeah.
flies onto the roof.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I left the rope hidden on the balcony so that Vol and I can hang off it without being spotted.
Yes. Okay.
Oh,
So
what I
that
was just
uses-
going to say was that I thought I was at a different room in the hall since we were all investigating different things.
If he's in
yeah.
a different room, yeah, that's fine.
Vol can be in a different room. Vol, as you hear the steps coming down the corridor, I'm imagining. I mean, you don't have to. You can see there is further doors down the hallway and a staircase downwards. You could also just stand there and try and bullshit your way out of the situation. I guess.
think Vol's instinct is just to go into a separate room because I think he saw Luke quiet run past and heard him throw up on the balcony.
Not that quiet, apparently, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so,
no, your run was quiet. It's that you then went
Yeah.
over the balcony.
Ugh. All right.
Vol's going to be a little weirded out and just kind of slip into a side room and do you want me to roll a 1d6 to see which room I end up in or something like that on luck?
You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Roll 1d6. I like that idea.
I can't. Are you good? What are you gonna tell us? What
All right,
was
let's
poisoned
see.
next?
Okay, 4.
It's a slow acting poison, maybe.
Hmm.
Okay. You make it into 4 is interesting. You know what happens is you go to slip into a room, but you trip on a piece of a raised piece of the floor, a raised floorboard, and when you step, you go and you step down on it, and a section of the wall slides away in front of you that you can dart into right now if you'd like.
Oh. Thank you, Great Fox in the Sky. And I slip in.
The wall closes in behind you, and a tube with an ending has a firefly crawl through it and light the room up. you can see a conspiracy corkboard.
Nice.
Several sheets of paper all over the place. And do I want to say they have photographs? No. There are like eyewitness testimonies about something, and there are several sets of like seismograph readings. There's all sorts of things. There's like 3 of these conspiracy corkboards, and each of them are labeled something else. One of them is labeled invasion. One of them is labeled plans with an M next to it, denoting something. And one of them is labeled murders.
Oh. Do you want to continue with me, or do we want to cut back to Luke or Paco?
Why don't we cut back to Luke and Paco?
Paco is on the roof.
Paco
Luke is hanging precariously from the bottom of the balcony.
How do I want to do this? The guards come into the conservatory and they're looking for whatever made this noise. You're hanging from the balcony so they don't see you. Paco's on the roof. I would like... what would they do in this situation? Because they heard a noise coming from this room. So they're checking around it right now. Paco and Luke, I would like you to both make a might roll.
A might roll.
I can do that.
Okay.
That's 12.
I rolled an 8.
Okay. Luke, you feel fine. You feel better after throwing up.
Yeah, okay, good call on me. Woo.
Paco, you feel a little bit dizzy.
Oh, I didn't even do this myself. Oh boy. Oh no.
Wait, shouldn't he have advantage on things like this considering his fucking diet?
That is
I
a
don't know.
good point.
Cocaine
I
breakfast.
don't know there's much, considering both he's from a tropical place, and...
And he has a
That's
problem.
a very good point. I did not consider... You know what? Roll again.
Roll again? Okay. Just a 7 that time.
You're welcome, baby.
That's fine. Every time I make that check, though, you are going to get advantage.
Okay. Okay, good to know.
There you go, you're welcome.
So yeah, you feel a little bit dizzy. You manage to catch yourself before you make any noise on the roof or anything.
Yeah.
Luke, you're feeling great. You're feeling fine.
No, just thinking my good life choices right now.
There's a sizzling as the materials into the earth.
Some hot tea, goddamn.
Some hot lukewarm tea.
So because you use your mastermind, they're not going to check the balcony at all. They don't notice anything amiss with that. They are going to go, someone had to be here. Let's go, I guess. If I had broken in, where would I go immediately? The vault. And so they both leave the room and they both head down to the right.
Okay.
Paco, did you see where they went?
Paco eats shit onto the balcony. He tries to walk over, but then he just onto the balcony.
Fuck, it was poisoned. Okay.
To the
How's
right.
your gag reflex?
Unfortunately, non-existent. Problem and solution to a problem. Well, we know they have a vault, and we know where the vault is. The problem.
Yeah,
is
we better
there are
find
now
Vol before he fucking
2 guards in
dies,
front
though.
of the vault. Yes.
Vol, we'll go to you. You feel fine.
Huh. Well, 1 second, real
He's been dead this whole time. He just.
Oh my god.
He
twist
died
not
as
even
soon
I
as soon as he went to that room. He's died.
Oh no! Oh no!
No, I just no. Get your mind out of the gutter. I just thought it was a funny exchange. Calm down.
It's a good exchange.
Yeah,
it's a good
honestly,
exchange.
Max, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, Jesus, man.
You people are what's wrong with me.
Hey, what do you mean, you people?
Yeah, what do you mean by that? What do you
Yeah,
mean?
is
By
that
that?
a bird? Is that something about my
I
feathers?
can't
Tom?
believe.
It's
Is that a
vagabonds. I hate
aggression?
vagabonds.
Is that a macaw-aggression? If you know what I'm saying?
I am
Microaggression, macaw-aggression?
All right.
Gonna make that. Can we make that canon? Macaw-aggression.
Macaw-aggression.
I'm making it canon. That's
There we
that's a
go.
term.
I think
It's
we
from your
can safely
homeland.
A term
canonize
from my
that.
homeland. Yeah.
All right. So we'll go back. Sorry, we'll go back to the cork board here. What? So there was murders or assassinations, invasion plan, and what was the third one?
There was invasion, plans, murders.
Oh, plan. Okay, it was okay. So that's what it was. Just let's start with plans because I feel like that's going to be the start, and then the rest are kind of going to go along with that as well, like how they did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good deal.
So in front of the plans corkboard, there's sort of this person was obviously sort of a conspiracy nut, and they wrote that should someone find this and they are dead, they have to look. They have to look into the Count of Stormhaven. They're doing something that is not above board, not acceptable by the standards of the Marcus 8, generally speaking, and no one knows exactly what it is. They've connected a few dots. One of them is Relicwood, Blue Fire. I think it's called Blue Fire or Blue Steel. One of them is Stormhaven, and it says R&D. Sly Reach, under it says testing ground with a question mark. Northtown, it says it says like there's a link to it and just like a question mark. Iron Vein, there's a link through Clocktown. It says processing, and then from Clocktown it goes up to Stormhaven and it says production. There's all sorts of links across, but those are the ones which are the most, like, the thickest thread is used on them. There are a whole bunch of other ones, like collaborators between Blackpaw's Dam and Stormhaven. There's a whole bunch of... How do I explain this? There's sort of a bunch of, like, tax on trade documents for exotic parts from Riverfolk barges, and you can see especially there have been clauses that are like hush clauses so that you don't talk about this shipment at all. And there's eyewitness descriptions of the strange monster that Paco saw, as well as eyewitness descriptions of the Count of Stormhaven standing alongside this thing.
What the hell? All right, let's go to. Let's go to invasion. Then that doesn't seem exactly the same, but I'm kind of confused on what an invasion would have to do with this. It sounds like there's a Frankenstein's monster going on.
Invasion is. You recognize some of the points on invasion, unfortunately. You see they've pinned a edition of the Woodland Whisker which talks about your exploits, and they've connected it to Moonguard, Moor Creek, Ember Hill, and they've said, like, they've written destabilizing with a question mark. There are a number of documents from the Erie dynasties that mention the power vacuum, the major struggles the family are going through after the Blue Sky Scepter is stolen. They talk about the anarchy that Rooston devolved into, which was basically families fighting out and open on the streets, killing each other. And then it links to Amber Hill, Scout Force, Heartwood, what is it called? Sleeper Cell. It links them both to these seismic reading graphs, and then under Relicwood, Rooston, Northtown, there are more seismic readings that seem to start out pretty small, but over time grow larger and larger.
Huh.
This is strange. And then murders?
Murders. So, with murders, it has a piece of newspaper that documented the first murder about 3 days before you guys came to the clearing. That was when Ogleby Winthrop took over as the chief of the Riverfolk in the area. It was also, however, when the crocodile Volagast was made the person in charge of the shipping reports for the Marquisate. What you notice is, so the police, it was a seemingly unconnected group of Marquisate, like just denizens, people who had no sort of importance or weren't majorly involved with the Marquisate. They were just random citizens. But this person has theorized, and part of it is theory, and part of it they've got snippets of official documents that have mostly been redacted. And they are pointing to the fact that every single person who has been murdered seems to be either a Marquisate like spy who has gone into cover right now, or a courier who was involved in an important message recently.
Tying up loose ends, maybe. All right, could I like take out like a notebook or something real quick, or like a little folder, and start sketching down some important details? Maybe take a document or two.
Yes. Yeah,
off the thing?
absolutely.
All right, I'll start doing that then real quick. And I'm still feeling fine.
Oh yeah, you feel great.
Huh. Well, I'm not gonna metagame that. All right, let's go. Writing down, forging, all that. And in fact, you know what? I'll do something here where I'm going to do the kind of like charcoal on paper, or like just copying down everything, because I'm good at that, as we've established. Because I don't want to take anything, and then when they, I mean, out of character, because Bull doesn't know this, but he knows enough not to get too sticky fingers when it comes to important information. When they come in and they're like, "Oh, where's all this note that he had? It's missing. Somebody must have been in here." I'm going to try and just be a little sneakier than that to make sure they don't think about that. You know what I mean? They won't notice anything's missing or a jar, or
Yeah. Okay.
Miss. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I do.
All right. Let us go back to Paco and Luke. Now the guards have gone. There are still the two who are locking down the crime scene in the Marquisate's office, who don't want anyone coming in or out. But the other two guards that were with him have gone looking throughout the house, gone to the vault to try and find out who is here and has just made a noise after killing their boss. I can't believe you would do that. You had no idea the kinds of things that person did for their community, and you just killed them.
Huh.
For real. You guys did.
Huh.
Sure, big community activist, sure. That's what they all say.
All right. Well, we should find Vol before he just keels over from whatever poisoned us. How are you feeling, by the way?
I'm feeling
stumbling a bit.
Wonderful, and then Paco trips again.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I'm just gonna go peek in rooms until I find Vol.
Paco starts to do the same.
Yeah, I would like you to make. I'll just have you do one roll together. I would like you to, I guess, read a tense situation, because you're looking for Vol, and you're going to want to find this sort of out of place wooden plank.
That's
Exactly.
cunning, right?
LMAO 10.
I rolled 8.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we're taking
So-
my roll.
Yeah, you can see this. You can see this plank, and you see that it's out of place and very, very hard to see. But you notice this little seam in the wall that forms a doorway,
Huh. Secret passage. All right.
a secret tunnel. One might
Secret tunnel. But it's not through a
Like-
mountain.
Copyright striked, guys. Come on.
Not through a mountain. Very, very,
In
very
a
different.
house.
In
I don't know.
a
I heard
house. Through the
Avatar.
house.
that Avatar hippie is apparently a bitch with the copyright striking. He's very, very
Yeah.
big into his IP.
Okay,
Nothing is
you
sacred
open
anymore.
this door and you see. I'd like to think Vol is in the middle of copying this thing down, looking like what's the image?
What, the Charlie from Always Sunny image?
Pepe Sylvia. Yeah.
Pepe
Oh.
Sylvia. Has anyone
This
here
is-
watched Always Sunny?
No, but I'd
No.
like to.
This is what Vol looks like right now.
Beautiful. Oh, it's all so clear. Oh shit! Oh, it's you guys. Jesus,
Did you make this?
Hello?
Uh,
Vol, do you have something you want to tell us?
wait, what day is it? How long have I been here?
Like 7 minutes,
Okay.
maybe.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Are you?
No, I didn't. get this.
Unrelated question. Are you feeling all right?
Oh yeah, I feel fine.
Okay. Well, that's.
You don't feel like, falling over?
Wait, there is something. Wait, hold on. Wait. Oh no, that was just a burp. Sorry.
Right. Okay. Paco
Alright,
and I
then.
were poisoned by something.
Oh well.
Or
Hmm.
someone?
Yeah. No. Someone. That was. Yeah. No. That was.
Well-
that was the underlying assumption there.
Do you want me to roll for this, or I did realize something here. As I was thinking for a moment, Max.
If you realized it on your own, I'm not going to make you roll for it.
I didn't actually drink any of that tea out there. You poured it for me, but I don't never actually took a sip.
Oh, did you not? I thought you did.
Oh, I asked what kind of tea it was, and then I never said anything. So I figured that
Okay.
you were saying that. Okay, so never mind then. Actually,
You said
okay.
black tea.
I thought you had
uncultured
taken a
swine.
sip. There is a reason that you seem unaffected, though.
Oh, never mind then. I made a joke about that kind of implied I took a drink, so I thought that that's what you were going for. If that's not what you're going for, then I rescind my comment. I
No, I'm
apologize.
very sorry about that. That would have been clever, but I think this is also kind of clever.
No, I think that made sense.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
assuming it was the tea.
That makes
Yeah.
you.
I don't think there's anything else we've had in recently that's been different.
Well, also the Marcus 8 official is dead in the other room, apparently from poison. So,
Wait, what?
yeah, you thought I just ran to the balcony because I suddenly felt weird? No, I saw the Marcus 8 official fall over dead.
Well, I mean, I assume that you just maybe felt sick, and then you didn't want any vomit, in nearby, and we're just trying to get rid of it quietly. and
Well,
then
I mean,
just
yes,
failed it.
that too, but mostly
If you get sick, you get sick. You don't always know when you're going to do it, right?
did not feel sick. Felt a little sick afterwards, though. Around the same time, Paco started feeling sick, but I'm feeling pretty good. Paco is
Feeling like sunshine and rainbows.
Well, this is honestly really creepy that he is dead, because this guy apparently is a conspiracy buff, which normally I don't pay attention to. Except for the Great Meese thing, but we've talked about that. Anyway,
You've met a moose. You, like,
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, Vol's a Meese denier, right? We
oh
confirmed
right.
this.
we've talked about that. We'll get it. Not now, Luke. Not now. All right. Keep politics out of the heist. We've agreed on this. Cardinal rule. Anyway,
Man, I didn't know facts were political.
shut up, Snowflake. Anyway, this guy's. This guy's. Like, you see what this guy's been? He's been tracking a bunch of shit for the Marcus 8 and the Riverfolk Company, and
Is
apparently
that
weird
us?
Well, I mean, there's clippings of us from our about us, I guess you could say,
I mean, he
partly.
knows of
Have
me.
you
And
two
then
been doing a conspiracy behind my back?
I take out the
What?
newspaper and I say, "Yeah, well, he's a fan of me, apparently.
Paco, stop taking all of the stuff that has your name.
Was a fan of me." Then I put the newspaper back in my pocket.
Right.
Oh,
By the
Well,
way,
the
are
good
there
news
any
is,
valuables in this
if
room?
he's dead, he probably won't notice any pages go missing. So I don't
I
think
don't know.
we
Maybe
can be
the people
that.
who killed him will notice it's missing.
Fine, don't worry about it.
Well-
I know I can't stop you, so I'm just not going to do it. Anyway, maybe it is actually better that we eliminate any stuff that's on the board about us. Anyway, the point being is, look at all this shit. What was that creature there and murdering apparently in the. He thinks it's not a serial killer. Maybe there's some kind of force or group behind the killings in the clearing right now. I don't know. It's really creeping me out, actually.
I mean, there was those Corvid guys. They looked pretty sneaky.
I
Is
mean,
there anything about them?
but is there anything else? I would imagine not, considering they're more of a.
Oh.
They don't kill for the shits and giggles.
So
If they
here's
can.
the thing. I think Vol doesn't know the inner workings of the conspiracy like the Riverfolk, but there was a conspiracy cell in their home clearing, and the way the conspiracy operates is they're semi in the open, but no one wants to admit they're there, and they use a lot of goodwill to keep people from basically, well, you have to press a denizen real hard to get that they know someone in a conspiracy cell because that person brings them medicine when they're sick or gives them free food. It doesn't really ask for things in response. I will say the conspiracy, it really depends. Some local leaders will take their job very seriously and not target people and just murder them, but it's such a vast difference between different people. Some of them will just start killing.
I mean, if this is one of the conspiracy. I was just saying conspiracy in general before, but that doesn't feel right to me. They're usually more of slimy. Oh, it'd be a shame if your business got broken into, or money in the pockets of politicians. They don't usually go full nuclear option.
I
Or
suppose.
nucleus option, I should say. Biological
All right.
warfare. And all.
Well, does this give any? You said monster. Excuse me.
Creature? I don't know. What does that thing on the board look like to you? I point to the creature.
What does it look like?
It's so there's a drawing base. There's a artist's interpretation, sort of a serial killer sketch. So you'll remember that Paco, when they went over to the laboratory section in Slyreach, was told there was some sort of monster that came out at night, and it had these glowing yellow eyes, and it sort of jerked and moved like a corpse on strings or something. And no one could get a good look at it, but it looked unnatural. And so there's this sort of gaunt cat with these giant glowing eyes and sort of a expression as the image.
Right.
That looks familiar.
It does?
Yeah, I've
Really?
seen that before.
What?
Paco, you did not see it, unless you did, and I have no idea.
Oh, I thought I did.
No, you
I
heard
thought you said
a
he did as
person
well.
who saw it.
Oh, I've
You
heard-
heard a response, someone said, "I saw this."
Oh, that looks. I've heard of a description of a creature like that before,
Okay. Well,
but
I guess.
I don't know much else.
Okay. Well, if we run into it, I guess we'll just beat the shit out of it. But Well,
I'd be
okay. Well, there we
personally
go.
running away myself, but-
There we go. I said we might find some info about the murders, and got a lot more out of it than I thought we would. Let's see if we can go find those weapons and get out of here before more guards show up.
Are there any valuables in this room?
You know what? There's some expensive ink, and there's some canned food that you can use to replenish depletion. But it's not going to be there's some canned food here. This is kind of like a panic room-esque area.
Okay, I'll I will happily take some of those rations to reduce my exhaustion. That sounds cool.
Yeah, okay.
You
can clear a box of exhaustion.
Box of exhaustion.
Oh, careful, those might have been poisoned too.
Fuck you!
They
You
were
can't tell me
sealed.
what to do.
They were sealed.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know if I can clear my exhaustion on my sheet here.
Oh, hang on. Right. Sorry about that. That one is not. No, that should be form fillable.
It is, but I can't make the X's go away.
Oh. I will fix that in post.
Yeah, fair enough. In the meantime, I'll just let you keep track of my. I'll just let you do all the hard work of being a player.
That's weird. Why is that like that? Anyway, you have 1 exhaustion now.
Oh, Luke, did you see anything valuable in the Marquisate room?
Well, we're not going in there anyways, but we are heading
Yes.
down to something called the Vault.
Maybe we should
which I
investigate that
assume-
corpse.
Well, there's 2 guards in there. I
Oh.
don't think we can take them out super quietly. I'm hoping we can either sneak around or
Fine.
get the jump on the guards down by the vault.
Okay, if you say so.
Okay.
Okay, got everything, Vol?
Yeah, I think so. I've got everything I need copied, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not going to be like a now roll to see how much you remember. No, you found the clue. You get to keep the clue. So, as you make your way out the door, there's 5 rooms around you that are still closed, and there is the stairway down to the first floor.
Okay. So, can we follow the door that the guards went through, heading towards the
The
vault?
guards went down the stairs.
Yeah,
They went down the stairs. Okay,
We're going
all
towards
right.
the vault,
Yes.
right?
Yes, we want to head there.
Okay. So
Unless
first,
I see an armory on the way.
you see all weapons are here.
Yeah, no, yeah.
It's a
So
very distinct sign.
yeah, it's weapons are us.
Signage is important.
So the first floor is sort of very classic manner. There's marble flooring. There's a big chandelier in the atrium. You can see that there is a sort of back wing area that would lead to the reading room and to the library, whatever else, display room for the Marquisate. There's some servants' quarters off to the side. And there is, if you were to look past the doorway, there is a set of double doors that has a ornate lock on it. You do not know whether those doors are locked or not.
Well, I can unlock them if they are locked.
All right. So what are you going to do?
I'm good to
I'll go
follow Paco.
Yeah, I'll go walk right up to those doors, try them out.
Yeah, they're locked. So you can roll to unlock them. Now, I will remind you, you do have better luck than you do finesse, but if you fail a luck roll, it is way worse than if you fail a finesse roll.
Right. What do we
So
think?
it's a gamble. It's a gambo.
Let me just think here. So if I fail the luck roll, that's like if I get a 7 to 9. That
If you get a 7, if you get anything under 10, you fail the luck roll, and it is a worse result than if you get a failure on the finesse roll. And the finesse roll is still successful on a 7 to 9. It just costs something.
I'll do the finesse roll, I think.
Okay. Not what I would have gone with, but...
Well, it doesn't matter, because I rolled a 3.
Ooh.
Yike.
Eek.
Yeek.
There's not much we can do about that.
You open the door, and it opens seemingly like it just clicks open, and it slides open. The doors go, and there is just darkness.
Does anybody have a light?
This is where we all yell, "We have night vision" or something like that. Oh wait, this isn't D&D.
Hey, we're creatures. We have some kind of. You're a fucking predator. You've got some kind of.
Whoa,
night vision.
whoa
Yes,
there.
if you understood the biological mechanism of the way night vision works for animals, you need some level of light beforehand.
Yeah, I also don't
Are you
like
telling me
being-
this is completely completely
Yes.
absent of light? Oh, okay, that's different then. Yes.
I also don't like being called a predator, Avian Hansen over here. All right.
What?
I didn't call you a predator. Luke
No,
did.
Luke did. No.
Well, I'll be honest.
No, have you not seen that show? Or sorry, a play.
Traveling play.
No, that traveling play, Avian Hansen to catch a predator. He always. No. Oh, sorry, no.
I hate this lore.
I feel called out.
Listen, I apologize. It was discriminatory. Can we get a light?
Sorry, it's Chris Hansen, not Aaron Hansen. I don't know why I thought it was that. I made a mistake. Yeah, sorry. No, we'll move on. It's not. It's that's just his name. All right. He's a lynx anyway. I don't know. There's nothing to do with birds. All right. Yes. Let's. Do we have anything that we can light and throw in there?
You have, I assume you have, like you can spend a depletion to have a torch.
Yeah, I'll do that. Fuck
But
it.
it's not like it's like a small torch. It's not something you could use as a weapon. There
That's-
are torches that are weapon torches, but this is just like a light the way torch.
I promise to just use it for lighting and nothing else.
Excellent.
I pull out a oiled kind of mini rag stick torch and I light it up with some flint, I guess.
Yes, and the moment you do, someone, a tall, lithe figure jumps out of the dark, pumpkin mask on their face, and slashes at Paco with a knife.
Hey!
Wait, Paco specifically?
Yes, please take 1 injury.
God damn it!
All right. Can I react?
You can react now, yeah.
I can
All right.
mark injury on myself, so I'll
Swing.
Go ahead.
12.
Fuck you.
+3, baby. Woo!
I hate you so much.
I love rolling 9. It's the best number. All right, let's. So I get all 4 options and 1 for double the effect. They only dealt 1 injury, so I'll double damage. So let me
2 damage or better than 1.
let me pull. Do we have the? No, I've got the cheat sheet somewhere in my root folder. I should just have that up
engage
at
in
all
melee.
times.
Oh
There we
god,
go.
you need your sword up too.
I'm not going to use any of these sword abilities. I think just for. I could though, actually. I'll have to think about it. Let's see. In fact, yeah, I will burn a my Foxfolk durability for the session to make this happen twice.
Ooh.
So yeah, I'll inflict serious harm. Yeah, so all 3 I will inflict +2 harm for a total of 4.
Okay, and is that armor piercing or not?
Ooh. They don't look armored, right? It's just a pumpkin.
They've got a pumpkin mask and they're wearing like a cloak, and they have some sort of leather armor maybe, or maybe it's like wrapped clothing so that it's like
Yeah,
padding.
that won't do much. Yeah, no, I'm not. I
Okay.
won't, but instead I will burn an exhaustion to use sharp. Or well, it's a bit of a Rube Goldberg thing, but point is, I burn an exhaustion to deal an extra point of damage. So that's going to be a total of 6 damage.
Total 6 damage. They live this time. Fuck you.
Do they deal any damage to me?
No, they did a weapon skill and did not do well.
Nice. Okay. All right, 6. I'm happy. I'm happy with that.
So now that you can see it more clearly, it is a tall black cat. It looks like, and they go, "Listen, just get out of my way, and that's fine. We don't ever have to see each other again. We don't have to do this. Trust me. You don't want to tussle with me."
Fuck you! You cut me with a knife!
Paco, let's keep the noise down just a little bit.
Volume down?
I understand, though. Totally legitimate anger there. Completely.
You know what? Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm gonna readjust my earlier statement. Fuck you.
How damaged do they look?
You gave them a pretty good cut.
I want to say. What do I want to? Let me see. Do I have anything?
I yell, "Where's Rachel?"
Where's Rachel? Tell me. Swear to me, joke.
That's your poison in the tea earlier. Hand over the antidote. We'll let you go.
Wait, this fucker poisoned me as well as stabbed me? God damn it.
I'm going to guess those blades are probably poisoned.
They still have the knife out in front of them.
Yeah, I still have my sword out.
Into the cloak, and they pull out a vial of blue viscous liquid, and they go, "You let me go, and I leave this here."
I'm going to look over at the other two.
I mean, order of operations there. Why don't you put it on the ground and we'll get out of your way?
Because the second I put this on the ground, that guy's going to stab me.
You could, step on it or something pretty quickly, I'd imagine. That would ruin our chances.
Wait,
why don't you take, a couple steps back, and why don't, we don't...
Is there a way out through us?
The same thing, I imagine.
If they get past you, they'll probably leave either through the second floor or the front door.
Okay, so they want to go through us. They're not going the other way.
If they went the other way, they'd have to break through a lock from the side that isn't locked. Like a padlock. So they want to go through you because it's a lot harder to go out the other way. You can figure someone out to figure out if that's even the real antidote if you'd like.
I was hoping one of you guys with... is figure someone out charm?
Figure someone out is...
If it's cunning, I won't, but if it's charm, I will.
It is charm.
I will do so. I rolled an 11.
I will let you both
rolled
figure
an 8.
stuff out.
So.
Okay, let's start with Paco. You get to ask me 3 questions. Is your character... You can ask, is your character telling the truth? What is your character really feeling? What does your character intend to do? What does your character wish I'd do? How could I get your character to blank? It just says character because you can...
Those first 3 are what I want.
That is the antidote.
It is?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
They are feeling, I guess the best way to describe it is afraid of Luke.
Yes.
They feel like Luke is the only one who could actually take them in a fight. They could pretty handily beat you in Vol. And they intend to, if you let them, put the antidote on the ground and run.
Okay.
Luke, you get to ask me, 2 questions?
One question. How do I get them not to alert the guards as soon as they leave on the way out? How do I get them to, how do I get them to not sell us out immediately as soon as they leave this room?
As soon as they leave the room? Here's the thing, right? They are not in a better position compared to you.
I'm just more worried about them alerting the guards, not on them, but just on us as a distraction.
Okay.
Or if they're not even thinking about that, then I guess I don't have to worry. But Luke's assuming that
it's not that they wouldn't think about that, because they are smarter than I am when it comes to this kind of thing. I wasn't thinking about that. The way you could do it is if you get their name, then they won't. Like, they won't sell you out, because then you could name them, and that's not great for an assassin.
Yeah.
Spoilers! This person with poison is an assassin.
No, I don't believe you. That doesn't sound very
All right.
probable.
Name, huh? Okay, we're gonna fucking Rumpelstiltskin this. I'm gonna look over, glance over the wall. Any idea what their name is?
What's her name?
You would colloquially know who this is. Just some from legends in the woodland that you've heard, being a riverfolk person.
Oh shit! Is this the purple people eater?
No.
Oh no, they've got an orange head.
The
orange people eater, of course.
This is the Silent Paw.
Everyone's a paw. Black paw, silent paw.
Fuck you.
No. Everyone's a hand as well. It's not a.
It's true. It's a good. It's like the coolest assassin name.
I know. No, it's.
I like it. I
wasn't saying I didn't like it. I just think assassins in general need
You
a
just
better.
think that Max is uncreative and uninspired.
Whoa!
You hate him, and you wish you
don't
would
put words in my mouth.
Max, I think your stories are very fun and very creative.
I think his names are very realistic. I think reality is boring.
I like your naming.
Jesus, Cameron. Anyway, ignoring the very rude comment. Okay, so the two questions I was going to have while everybody was going off was...
Cameron's mega poisoned.
I rolled a 12, I'm fine.
I need to figure this one out real quick in the sense that... do I know if the Silent Paw is just like a mercenary of sorts, where it's like not an ideological thing? It's all of like, if you pay them enough...
You hire them to kill people.
Would they, do you think that they would be very against telling me who their employer is? Because that's what I need to figure out right now.
Oh. You know what? That's tough, because they are like...
I think in general they would probably be... that is a pretty big... Tell you what did you say the guy was? It was... I'm going to try something here real quick.
Her name, she's the Silent Paw.
It's a woman. Okay. Stormhaven, right? It was the Duke of Stormhaven that was named in the conspiracy board?
It was. I just have to look up my Marquisate board to see if that's
correct. It was the...
Yeah, it's the Count.
Head of... Yes.
The Count of Stormhaven?
What's the Count? I think you said that right.
I think he's a Count. Yeah, he's a Count.
All right, I'm going to try and do something here real quick. You fucked up, Paw. Alright? Tell you what, we're not supposed to let you go. You want to know why? You want to know who sent us? The Count. Because they want to tie up loose ends. I'm trying to instigate a instigate a fight between two NPCs.
Oh, I like this.
Long-distance instigation.
I want you.
I'm going to help him with this.
To do this.
However I can.
Do this instigate. This is quite possibly my favorite use of instigate in the campaign so far. I love this. This is very clever.
You see that... I mean... You know that the Count obviously has a few, shall we say, non-savory dealings. And I know that you probably were sent here to clean up one loose end, but you fucked up and you chose the wrong night. You were supposed to get a drop that told you that you weren't supposed to interfere with this operation and kill the resident here until after we were done. And then we were going to do it, kill you, while we were giving you the rest of the bonus for the money. Or sorry, the rest of the bonus for a job well done after you had waited. Especially because of all the shit going on. I'm sure you've heard the explosions. But now that you're here still, and you've poisoned two of my team, it looks like the Count has given orders to kill on sight. Now, tell you what, we're businessmen, as you can see. I'm sure you know him. He's one of the craziest fucking killers this side of the river.
Now, you don't talk about Paco that way.
I am talking about. I'm pointing to Paco actually.
Oh, okay, good. Ooh, okay, awesome, sweet. Yay, my reputation is intact.
He's got. I've drugged him up on 3 fucking 8 balls worth of coke right now. You want me to let him go and see what he'll do to you?
He's right. He's crazy, man. He'll do it.
I can see the inside of your eyeballs.
Too crazy. Back it up.
Okay, yes. Let's calm down. I'm actually afraid of him, so I don't want to let him go.
I've had to shake just a little bit, but just enough to be noticeable.
So listen, we're going to be next on the chopping block if we don't finish our mission. So tell you what, you give us that antidote, if that is the real fucking antidote, and if it's not, there's going to be a lot of problems. And we'll just say we didn't see you. We'll just report back to the Count, who's a little bloodthirsty for all of us, that we never saw you, and that you got your job done correctly. Didn't botch it like an amateur. But I will say, seems he's got it out for you.
Okay.
How does it
make the roll?
All right, yeah. So I didn't know if you wanted me to keep going or you wanted me.
No,
good.
That's good. That's good.
Does either you or does Paco or Luke? Do you guys want to add anything to help me in case if you want to act to say something before I roll, just to bless the dice, the electronic dice, then go ahead. Otherwise, I mean, do it if you want to do anything. Do it now, I guess.
I'd like to go, but I'll let you roll first before I.
Yeah, I'll wait till you're. Yeah. Let's see. No need to burn exhaustion when the ship might be about to go down, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. I get a 12.
Ooh.
There we go. No help needed. He's fucking got it covered.
No fucking help needed.
Look at the fucking pro at work.
Okay. How would they respond? Because they'd be pissed. So you're tricking them into going after the Count, right?
I'm trying to do that whole assassin turns on the employer because they fucked them over or something like that, and
right.
they go ballistic. So yeah, I'm trying to be that's basically it. I'm trying to put the seed in the mind that this whole conspiracy is going to come back on them, and it's already starting to come back on them. So the only way, I don't want to be too obvious and say the only way this stops is if the Count gives the order.
But, yeah. They're gonna go.
You want me to add? I could add and be like, "You better get out of here, little Miss Pumpkin Patch," because I'll tell you what, you're gonna have half of the Erie coming down on you soon, and I'm only gonna give you a head start if you give me that antidote.
Here's what they say. They go, fuck, I knew this job was way too hot. I don't know what the fuck the Count wants with what I'm doing here, but he's fucking dead. Here's the deal. You let me go, and I will do my best to arrange an unfortunate accident for this employer of yours before this conspiracy bites you in the ass. Because if it's getting to me, you better believe you're the next pawn to be thrown to the wayside.
I was going to say, the fact that you didn't know means that looks like we've got another middleman to deal with. Tell you what, boys, let's back away for a second. Give her a little space. Do I have any money left? I think I'm broke right now.
I think you're broke right now.
Money.
Yeah, no, I think we're. I've got money if we really need it.
Well, I was going to say, tell you what, back up a little bit, show you some faith, put the thing on the ground. If you tell you what, so if it wasn't the Count, because it sounds like she wasn't hired by the Count directly, which makes sense. I don't know. Should I try and sneak? Should I try and like fish for whoever hired her, or should I just leave it as it is?
Maybe. Well, I mean, there's probably no harm in fishing. Maybe we just let her go and
Yeah, I'm gonna let this train go where it is. I don't even know what the fuck's happening half of the time right now. So I'm gonna be like, all right,
Yeah, I think we leave well enough alone.
all right, we'll back up.
Yeah.
Sign of good faith. I would say make your decision pretty quickly because I'm Paco's next 8-ball scheduled within like two minutes. So that's 4 8-balls is where it starts to get fucking crazy. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So she puts the vial on the ground and, still facing towards you, goes around, like keeping their weapon up to try and escape, like knock. So if Luke jumps at them, they can, back at them.
Yeah, as if they'd be fast enough.
I'm gonna quote real. I'm gonna throw out a thing. It's like, oh yeah, real quick, just personal curiosity. Was it the tea? Was that what you used? Was that you?
Yeah, they literally constantly drink tea. It was probably one of the easiest jobs I've had. Just pretend you're a dignitary. They have to drink the tea. Drink it with them so they don't suspect it's poisoned. Leave.
Why? Is there any reason that someone would be immune to it?
If they got a high enough dose of it sometime earlier in their life. That's how I do it. Easier than just like carrying an antidote for myself all the time. The antidote's
Luke's
mostly
head's just gonna sort of like twist over like a wall.
Yeah.
The antidote
That's
is
right.
mostly if someone accidentally drinks it who is not a target. Then I have to do a little extra work, sneak it in. You know how it is.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. It's good. Maybe you're not such an amateur after all. Yeah. All right, let's get going, guys.
Did you just call this? Okay.
He did. I think he did.
Wow.
I think in fact he did.
All right. They bolt. They make a break for it the minute they can.
I got a young vibe off of them. I like similar to the other guy. Maybe there's been a lot of pause changing generations recently. Is
Well,
the
she's definitely
Silent
not
Paw-
up to snuff on melee. I can tell you that.
The silent paw is
also
it is
tell you.
not a generational thing. It has not been around for a long time. It is someone who has recently come up the ranks.
Oh, okay. Well, still recently come up the rank. Maybe
Yeah.
I still got a young vibe. Anyway. Yeah. All right. There's the antidote, guys. You should grab some.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna down half of it, and then pass the other half over to Paco. So immune to poison, huh?
Well, are you talking to me?
I guess so. I mean, you did drink the tea, right?
Yeah, I did. Huh.
I mean, are you feeling dizzy?
No, again, the main thing I'm worried about is I'm worried about freaking caffeine. I didn't know I was fucking immune to poison.
Paco
Okay.
looks a little disappointed. I'm coming down.
Okay, all right. I'm just gonna grab another 8-ball and hand it to him.
Right. Okay. Well, let's. I'm gonna guess we don't have to worry about those 2 guards if she's already been this way. But let's
Yeah.
proceed with caution.
Mhm. Also, speaking of, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
Yeah,
Right
okay.
back.
Proceed with caution.
The dangerous thing.
If you're going to the bathroom, I'm going to take a quick break to go get myself some water because my throat is kind of sore. Take that to go pee or to get some water, and then we'll do the vault. We'll escape, and then I'm feeling like people maybe want to wrap up the session with a cliffhanger.
That'd be a good little,
Sure.
little
Yeah.
little heist
Yeah, okay.
arc.
Okay.
Okay.
I hope you enjoy the choices you've made.
Oh, you know I always do.
Well, you never have any regrets.
Rarely
I'm
do I
sure
ever.
you
Looks into the camera.
Paco has no regrets, and neither do I.
Oh.
I'm
Nice.
I'm thinking about that, but yeah, no regrets. You know what I especially don't regret? Burning
no.
that guy's house down.
Oh god, I'm good.
In fact, I think that might be the thing that makes Paco the most proud.
I can't fucking wait till we get back there. You can like fucking string him up to the front of a boat or something.
What town is that?
That is Moonguard, right?
Can't Never going back there.
We're never going back there. That's we are sticking perpetually to the east side of the map from now on. I think.
We did kind of ruin that side of the map. Yeah.
But we're gonna have to.
Are there any cities
Yeah.
that we didn't fuck there? I guess didn't we free?
We
Wolf
haven't
Creek
fucked.
Hollow?
We haven't fucked Iron Vein or Clocktown.
Okay.
So
we
but-
liberated Moor Creek Hollow, right? Like we
yeah,
got
Moor
that.
Creek Hollow and Moonguard both liberated.
Okay. Reliquwood is
then-
destroyed by us, right?
Relicwood, Rooston, Northtown, and Heartwood are under control of some fucking group that I don't recognize the flag of, unless that's supposed to be the duchy. Then I'm just forgetting.
I think
It. Oh, of course, yeah. No, it is the duchy. That's those. The squiggles are supposed to be like a hole that's being dug. That's what it is. Yeah, so it is the duchy.
oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I just remembered. Yeah, that is the duchy flag. So yeah, the duchy just blew up the Erie. It turns out.
Wow. Okay, so they've escalated.
Yes. Well, it might be like another faction.
Metagaming, I smell.
What?
Metagaming. I mean, I was already pretty convinced it was moles coming out of the ground. The seismic interaction really sells it, but the flag, the squiggles, they're a tunnel being dug from a mole's perspective.
Yeah, fair. It's a good theory. I'm willing to believe it. It makes sense combined with the
I've
other
convinced
stuff.
myself at least.
Although I wouldn't be surprised if there was some
I would
that was involving himself with the mole.
second duchy party or something like that.
Yeah.
I have returned.
Hello there.
Hello there. Welcome back.
So, any theories as to why Vol is immune?
I mean, if it's like a plant-based thing, I mean, as I said, Vol and his friends, his kids used to mess around a little bit at the edge of their clearing a lot. So maybe he got like pricked by a poisonous flower when he was younger.
Who knows? I do.
I assume it was a backstory thing. I don't remember any instance of Vol interacting with poison until now.
Unless I don't know, unless it was we count the giant bee poison.
Yeah,
So
seems a bit. Yeah, that would be. You'd have to really rely on someone being allergic to bees, though.
bees are the size. I will say, bees are pretty big. Bugs are pretty big in.
No, that's.
But
yes,
again,
but the poison, the amount
survived
still.
the bee, and it like literally embedded into him. So probably not that.
Well, it also, I can't imagine the amount of bee venom that would be able to go undetected in tea would be equivalent to what Vol had.
Yeah.
And that barely almost killed him. So,
Okay.
I think we can cross out bees as a potential. All right. Anyways, continue on.
So you, I assume, go down the dark stairway into the basement. You can see 2 guards have been knocked out. Avoiding collateral damage as much as possible. Good for them. It was the fact that you had weapons, really, that sort of probably ticked them off. And that you were blocking the only route of escape.
Fuck them. They stabbed me, so
Don't know why you're so mad. You stab people sometimes.
Yeah, but it's never my first recourse. Like, someone's in the doorway, oh, I better stab them. I'm usually like, hello, fine sir. Can you move out of the doorway, please? It's usually Paco's first
well, it's good to know my chances of being assassinated by you are very low.
Yeah, Paco may be an asshole, but blatant assassination is not his first go-to.
Okay.
It's at least his second or third.
Coming down into the basement, you see the large vault door has been opened, and something that was on a central pedestal has been taken. You don't know what it was. Aside from that, around the room are sets of armor and weapons made by the Marquisate. Lots of curved swords, lots of cavalry weapons, lots of pole arms, that kind of thing.
Right.
Mostly chain, a little bit of plate.
Right. All right. Well, let's.
Get loaded.
Yeah. Here, while we're loading, Volk, you tie up those two just so if they do wake up. I mean, it's unlikely, but they might wake up if.
You got it.
Yeah. All right. Way out. I'm gonna spend my last hold to say I had a way
Disabled
out.
the lock earlier? Or
Yes, disable the lock so that we can just pile everything as quickly as possible into the.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you are piling weapons and armor. I'm not gonna say like suddenly people come out and punch you 40 times.
Foolish.
So you are piling the armor and weapons into the cart, and now this is a bit of an issue. How are you getting it through town without being noticed?
We wouldn't
Grab
have,
a blanket or something to like.
Oh,
no,
okay,
yeah, blanket, and also we wouldn't go through the middle of town.
Okay, yeah.
Ideally, it's somewhere
Side
like on
roads, yeah.
like a cache or something in like the middle of the woods.
Yeah, okay, yeah. You have a cache planned out beforehand.
Yeah.
So I will say, yeah, you drop the weapons at the cache area for the Woodland Alliance, and you are making your way back to town. By this point, the smoke has cleared on the
Okay.
clearing across the river. You see, standing in the middle is the large flag you saw originally. You see the clearing of Northtown has a bunch of lowland farms and upland farms, and you can see from this angle that behind the upland farms is a large barn, and the front of it has been covered with a large bloodstain. You see corpses of denizens in the streets of the clearing, Northtown. You see smashed buildings, the telltale signs of looting and damage from a large explosion. But the most striking thing about the clearing is the large tanks that you would have remembered from the attack on Ember Hill, and several platoons of heavily armored moles now making their way through the streets, pushing groups of denizens into specific areas, a camp off to the side, and generally just sort of overrunning the place. You can see
Right.
that Slyreach by the docks, there are now hundreds of little yellow pamphlets that are scattered across the ground.
Is there one that I can pick up and read?
There is, yes.
I read it.
The underground duchy welcomes you into its warm embrace. Rejoice, critters of the woodland, for this is the dawn of a new era. Thanks to the constant writing from one Lord Bassett, the Duchy Parliament has finally come to enough of an agreement to enrich your lives. Now, there was heavy resistance at first, but with the recent destabilization of the dreadful Eerie powers, we have fully become able to bring true order and freedom to the people of the woodland.
Right, boys. We have another government to destabilize. I have a new. There's someone new at the top of my shit list right now.
What did that motherfucker just say? Who is
Lord Bassett?
Is he? Are we close enough to this mall right now? Where are we again in relation to the mall?
You are. So the one you can see is in Northtown. Heartwood is where Beset is from, and it was also hit. And if you'll remember, as part of your backstory, Lord Beset was sort of a early duchy
I
scout
remember.
middle. Yeah,
Sorry, yeah.
yeah.
I don't.
And he won. He was really for a push into the woodland, but the Parliament weren't able to agree on it until recently.
So, okay.
I
Well,
like
we
to
have a new
imagine
target,
that
boys.
as Paco reads Lord Beset, Vol just goes into like shell shock.
So what I'm hearing is we need to go break into their parliament and steal their mace that they need to
Yeah,
have.
no, we have to
legitimacy
steal
for
their
parliament to sit.
constitution.
Yeah, that's what we have to do. Go destabilize them.
No, do not pull national treasure, please.
I'm
Full
pulling national treasure. I've
We're
already
gonna
done it with one of your-
steal the
one of your
Declaration
nationals.
of Duchy Independence.
All right. Well, I just want it clearly known that I'm not giving the scepter back
Yeah, no, that's fine.
unless I can be the king of the Erie, in which case
I think
At which
as of
point I would
now
just be
you
giving
are the. I think as of now you are the legitimate ruler of the Erie, given
Oh,
there is
okay.
no Erie.
Do we?
I'm
I don't think we know that's how the culture works.
I'm gonna go
I
ahead
think
and
that is how
start-
the culture
I
works.
you know what?
could
I think you're
become-
right.
I would like to just state right now, Paco could become the legitimate ruler of the Erie because he is in possession of the Blue Sky Scepter, but they would have to go to Rooston and perform a certain Erie ritual in order to do so.
Hey, do you guys want to go to Rooston, just out of curiosity?
You know, I was thinking north might be a good idea to go.
Yeah, maybe like get past those armies before they like come south, you know?
Yeah, I'm thinking that's a good idea.
Is there a roundabout way we can get to Rooston? There'll be a
Oh, we're not
Heartwood
going a
Green.
roundabout way.
Oh, are we just gonna go straight through Northtown?
Luke is pissed.
Listen, I can see at least 20 dead bodies over there, and none of them are armed.
No, none of them are armed. At
Yeah, no,
most, there was like a pitchfork.
I have a standing policy against war crimes.
All right, we can do
So
that.
I can excuse regular crimes, but
You can excuse regular crime.
I'm really glad you can excuse regular crimes.
I don't think this would have worked if we had not. All right.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, Vol has already started moving toward the town preacher guy.
I subscribe to the Robin Hood worldview of criminology.
Fair enough.
Fair, yeah,
I
definitely.
can respect that in a big way. I can respect that. Let's go to Northtown.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, I think that's where we're going to wrap up for tonight.
Vol is running toward to bash in the head of the armored mole real quick.
There's not an armored mole. Actually, you know what? There is. There is an armored mole at the docks, and all of the Marquisate who have like come up to like knock them down and get them to be in prison for what they just did are lying like in a circle around them. Basically, this mole has clearly fought them off. But we're gonna wrap up.
All
for
right,
tonight.
sweet, a worthy opponent.
At last, a worthy opponent.
We're gonna wrap up for tonight. Did people complete their drives?
No, I don't think so.
Well,
Unless I
okay,
caused
let me
significant
read
harm
my-
to the Marquis, which I don't think I did.
I stole some. Okay. Well, okay. Hear me out. We stole some weapons. I think that qualifies as an illegal caper against impressive odds.
If you would like it to, if you feel good about that, then yeah, go ahead. I'm not gonna bogart leveling up.
Oh yeah, I think that that does qualify. We broke into a place and we
You
stole
broke into
their
a place and you
Yeah,
stole
no,
stuff.
And weapons are valuable. They're not fancy, but they are valuable.
Do people have comments on how I could have made the session better? Because I would like to hear those. Are there any things that that we're missing that you'd like to see more of?
Oh, well, now I'm in an awkward position because I asked the same thing and I expect real answers, but I
Yeah, now see, do you see?
Well,
I, I
okay.
I have no big complaints, but I'm always a huge fan of interaction with NPCs.
Yeah.
Which I feel like we had a bit more of an action session, but
We had a
that's
bit more
not
of an action
that's
session.
not a criticism because I do enjoy action sessions, and especially when they're like non-combat action, that's always fun. Which doesn't happen a lot in like regular D&D. Most action and combat are the same, but it was nice. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I would say that I think that this was a great session. I thought this was really good. I guess if you want legitimate criticism, because I can't let Cameron win here and act like I can't beat them, I would say it's more of a request. This is a party of big personalities. And a lot of the time, I feel like the PCs walk over the NPCs just a little too much because they kind of get what they want half the time, or most of the time, I should say.
So you want me to to just say "fuck you"? No, I am very for that.
Not necessarily that, although that's totally fine if we say some dumb shit like like that person, like the person earlier should have been like, "Luke, I'm trying to help you, you asshole," or something like that, instead of being like, "Hey, I'm just saying, man," and then Luke kicks and spits on the person and is like,
Spit.
Well, the difference between I will keep that in mind because I do feel like that. I just feel like generally you guys roll real good. You guys roll
that's
real
true.
good, and I really like that because it makes the characters very like active and big in this woodland. And also, yeah, no, that's a good comment. I will keep that in mind for future.
It's not even necessarily like pushing back. Well, I mean, kind of it is, but like I want to see, I guess, another, or yeah, I guess another, because you've had some big personality NPCs that can kind of push up against us and like try and tread on us. Because I think that would be an interesting interaction to see us come against people who have an equally big personality and an equally fair chance of getting what they want. So it's like,
Okay.
does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I will definitely start doing that more.
Yeah, see, Cameron, this is how you truly metagame.
Building on that, what might be kind of cool is like some piece of shit rival that we have who just fucking sucks, but is like he's like a little bit better than the average NPC, and so he's just like a constant nuisance. And he doesn't have to be.
Are you going to
show up every
pulling
episode?
back the curtain for a second? I am actually setting that up right now.
Oh, okay.
It's just taking a bit.
Okay. No, this is good. This is good.
I am setting up rivals for you guys right now. I just need like time to set them up, and then I need to throw them at you when it's an impactful scene, and Luke can't just go.
Okay, I like it. I dig it.
But I agree. I want to have rivals for you guys to butt heads with.
You have a rival, but I haven't butted heads with.
You do have a rival. You have a rival that I'd love you to butt heads with because you'd get absolutely stomped right now.
You don't know that.
Big word.
They have an army.
Yeah. Okay. No. Yeah. No. Okay. Yes. Stomped by the army. Yes. True. Fair enough. I'll accept that. I am not, and I don't see myself taking on 10,000 cats at a time in combat.
Yeah, that is a lot of cats.
We all have rivals set up at least. I know, and we haven't seen Fussy Beak yet, which I find it funny that you describe wanting a rival that's a piece of shit, because apparently isn't your rival the exact opposite, like, as kind of the point?
Well, that's not really a rival. That's just Paco being mean.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, wasn't he, was it, didn't I have a revenge?
Well, currently he's accused of stealing the crown jewels. That's
Okay,
pretty shady character.
Stop. No one's accused me of that.
No,
Fussy Beak, because you were charaded it.
That's right,
Yeah.
Fussy Beak, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think he's a bit of a shady
I did
character.
have a revenge on him. I did.
And then one last thing before we go, because other DMs that I've played Root with before have done this. What was one thing you liked about another character? What like scene from another character was really good this session? Do you think?
I liked Luke's vomiting. I thought that was pretty like not to like laugh at it, but I was like, I like that. He was like, oh shit, I've been fucking poisoned. I better go deal with that. And look, it worked out for him.
I think in these sorts of heists and things like that, Cameron's logical mind figuring stuff out, it fits well in that scene. So I do agree with that. I liked. I think I liked having Paco there during the intimidation part of it as the coked up like crazed henchman. I enjoyed the energy there. I like just having that as like a threat. So that was very fun for me to be
Paco, you never know exactly what Paco's gonna do. Which is
Paco and
great.
Vol are a terrifying combination.
Yeah, no, it's true. I did like Vol's little conspiracy detective bit.
Yeah, that was
fun.
I am interested in this conspiracy because it sounds like these moles might have it sounds like there might be a little more conspiracy than just moles, but oh, and speaking of Max, you weren't here, but Cameron totally figured out that it was the underground duchy on his own with the flags. He made the connection.
God damn it!
Yeah,
Definitely
with
Google searched.
Yeah, exactly.
He reverse image searched.
Can you reverse? I'm gonna see if I can reverse image search this.
I
Actually.
don't know. It seemed pretty authentic to me. I'll take him for it.
He did mention that the whole thing was about like something about.
I mean, I was pretty convinced that it was the moles as soon as you mentioned like
the underground.
People just appearing.
I feel like that's
out of nowhere.
His theory was all
size...
like, "Oh, that's what the mole tunnel would look like from the mole's perspective." That was the theory.
Yeah, that made a lot of sense. Actually, I did think.
No, yeah, I'm not actually claiming that. I'm gonna get this